Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see everybody in here. Miss Justice, number one. All right. God bless. God bless. Number two, Chris. Chris, you are number two. Yes. Amen. And let's see, number three is H. Davis. Number three. God bless. Good to see you in here. Yes. And number four, Carrie Hall. Oh, hey, 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 PG. And chat, good to see y'all. Much love. Purple hearts and prayers for summer. Beautiful girl. I love that. I love that. You're number four. You're number four. Yes. God bless. Good to see everybody in here. Absolutely. Miss Justice, 111, number one. Chris, number two. And Davis, number three. Carrie Hall, number four. Number four. God bless. Those are four runners up tonight. And let me see. Linda, good to see you, sweetie. Good to see you. Let me see. Seeking Truth. Beth Ann, there you are, girl. There you are. And, oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Carrie. I love that. Hey, Deputy Sheriff, good to see you in here. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello to you. Good to see you in here tonight. Let me see. There's Janet. There's Dee. There's Spicy Eyes. There's Stephanie. There's Jane. Let me see. I know I'm moving fast. I'm trying to get to the bottom, you guys. Oh, there's our bucket list has holes. How you doing tonight, sweetie? All right. All right. I think I am at the bottom. They showed adult toys, then talked about. Let me see that. Then talked about, wow, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Hey, Brandy, good to yeah, that's real disrespectful, right? That is so disrespectful. Hey, Vicky, how you doing tonight? There's Grieving Mama. How you doing, sweetie? Summer Moon, Utah Wells. God bless. God bless. Oh, that is so sweet. Deputy Sheriff, hello, sir. That is cute. Anyway, a lot going on, right? I'm trying to like catch up, playing catch up because I was gone for a minute, right? And I've been trying to, catch up as much as possible on all the things that needed to be talked about out here. And there's lots that needs to be talked about. Needs to be talked about. But there's a lot of people interested in who is Joseph Wells. Who is Joseph Wells, right? Joseph P. Wells. Well, he was a guy that came out of the blue this past year, Summer's birthday, right? Summer's birthday. He come out of the blue, out of nowhere, showed up at the church. And then, he pretty much, we found out his name. We started checking into, his whereabouts and, as we usually do, checking, PayPal, TikToks, any other social media sites that we could possibly, LinkedIn, whatever, we could to figure out more about him, right? Who he is, how he thinks. Where did he come from? Oh yeah, he definitely is. He's like straight up weird. But he's into Star Trek. I can tell you that. He loves his Star Trek, right? Um, you gotta wonder, maybe he thinks he's Dr. Spock. I don't know. Right? I have no idea. But anyway, he's definitely into Star Trek. I think that's so freaking what? Um, many light years, right? Many light years in the past. Like Star Trek. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I guess some of it may have came back. It may have came back like in the 2000s. I must have missed it. I'm not a Star Trek. I'm not a Star Trek fan. Um, but it looks like they may have had like a remake, um, early 2000s. Um, but I really do think that like that's like super old. That would be super, super old, right? Like, does anybody remember um like the original Star Trek? Ain't that like way back in the day? Kind of like Hazel. Ain't that kind of like Hazel and and I watch a lot of the old movies, you guys. Um, but I'm pretty sure Star Trek was probably way back there. What, maybe 60s, 70s? Can somebody help me out here? Right. Hello, PG, the best mod ever. And so, oh, you are so sweet, spread the love. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, 70s. Okay, imagine peace. Oh, I do imagine it, but I'm going to tell you, I don't get much of it. Um, 70s. She says, wow, my brother's favorite show, 70s. Okay. So yeah, that was like, way back. Um, I guess they did have like remake of this particular thing in the early 2000s. Um, making everything right. Like everything is like, you know, um Jason 1, Jason 2, Jason 3, Return of Jason. Um like, whoa, you're wearing us out with Jason, right? Same way with Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 5. I want to scream, right? Um yeah. I mean, Hollywood just went to Hades. Um, you know, at some point they just went to Hades. They haven't been making nothing new. Everything. Oh wow, 1966. Woo, that's way back in the day, baby. Yeah, that's history. Um, yeah. Wow. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Way back in the day. Come on, y'all. I came off the ark. Remember? I came off the ark. PG been here for like, I belong to the Tuck family, right? I belong to the Tuck family. I must have found some of that water. I must have drank from that fountain of youth. Um, I just, that's why I have to move around so much, right? Because I've been here forever in a day. Don't seem to be going nowhere. Um, and trust me, prices have really went up. Right? When I came off that ark, I had all the land I wanted. Right? And little by little, people started taking it away. And now I just got I just got this little plot I'm sitting on right now. Right? See what time will do to you? Now do you wish you could live forever? Right? Whoa, she said I was 5 years old back in 66. Whoa. Wow. I would have loved to live if I could live in any era that I wanted to. Um, I would have loved. I would have. Well, actually, I would have loved to lived in the Victorian era. Um, I would have loved to lived. I love Victorian homes. I love Victorian furniture. I am a Victorian freak. But if if I could choose, like in reality world we are today, um, 1900s, 2000s, I would say I would like to rather live, you know, if it's going to be, anything close to now. Um, I say the 50s, the 40s and 50s and 60s. I think those were the best years. Um, in America, before all of this hell and havoc has broken loose. To be honest with you, they had real ice cream, they had real food, they had real Coca-Cola. They had basically real people. Right, the world was a lot safer in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Um, they just were happier. They had a lot more going on. Um, you know, and I watch a lot of old movies of the 40s, 50s, 60 movies. And they had, like soda shops, malt shops. They really had some good music, right? They had some really good music. Elvis Presley. Um, I mean, they had a lot going on. They had all the cars were sweet. The cars back in the 50s, 40s, and 50s, the cars were awesome. Beautiful cars. Nothing like we're driving today, right? Those were some real cars made out of real steel. Um, those were, hey, those were the days. Those were if I could, grow up in a any time I wanted. Oh heck yeah, I'd have loved to have been in there. They wore those funny shoes. What were they called? Saddle shoes. Were they called saddle shoes? Black and white saddle shoes. Were all the rave, right? They were all the rave. Ponytails, chewing bubble gum. Yeah, it was like, the perfect time, right? The perfect time to be alive. And these people were alive. They were out there. They were out there in the streets. I mean, out there in the parking lots. They were having a blast. It was beautiful. Um, and then the 60s hit, and the people started, the campuses started, you know, throwing up peace signs, peace, love. The flower child air came in and kind of screwed everything up, if you ask me. I mean, a lot of flower child stuff, but I don't. I think the flower child stuff kind of was the ruination of our country. and the hippie days, the hippies, and so forth and so on. I think they were like freaking weird. They really needed to see some head shrinks, if you ask me. And I think that was the downhill spiral to where we're at now, because that was the start of illegal substances on taking over our country, right? That was the start of it, and it just got worse and worse and worse as time progressed. You had a lot of that in the 60s, 70s, and definitely in the 80s, right? And it was just, I think that the 60s, the flower child thing was the gateway. That was the real gateway to hell for this country. And because they didn't get that under control, and put a halt to it, ASAP. That's why that's I think that's why we got so much illegal stuff in our country now, and it's destroying a lot of children. It's destroying a lot of beautiful people. It really is. I mean, once your kid gets out there and they get with the wrong crowd and they get hooked up on that illegal stuff, absolutely, Patty. And you know, the next thing you know, you're either having to disown your child, because they'll steal you blind and you can't trust them, and you get afraid of them, right? You get afraid of your own child because they got, a habit that they'll do anything to afford. So, you become vulnerable to your own child. And also, um, at some point, you're probably going to, get a knock on the door that, um, your child's no longer with us, because, the illegal substances today are taking a lot of our children out of this world, right? And and that's sad. That's sad. It's sad to see, you know, bright, highly intelligent children end up, homeless, streets, all spaced out, don't even know where they're at, and not caring about nothing but how they're going to get, their next fix. And that's awful. That's awful, you guys. But that's the reality. That is the reality of this country. That's the reality of it. Um, where where the 60s and 70s have led us, right? I mean, somebody should have told them guys, to keep their two fingers down, right? And get a damn haircut. That's what they should have told them. They should have told them, we don't want to hear. And when our boys were over there, in Vietnam. Our boys went to Vietnam. A lot of our boys went to Vietnam. I mean, the upper class didn't. They went to college, right? They went to college. The ones growing the long hair, hollering peace. Well, they were hiding in college, right? Because their family could afford to put them in college. But all the young men like us who didn't have the money to hide in a college, they were getting sent over there to fight. And a whole lot didn't come back. It was useless. It was a useless thing that a useless war, right? It was useless. A lot of them didn't come back. The ones that did got treated really badly, right? They didn't come back to a country that kept their jobs for them, that supported them and did all they could for them, for serving their country. No, when they came back, their country had turned against them. and they ended up on the streets. They ended up homeless. They ended up, you know, lost in the system, and they were treated very badly because of these people hollering peace that was hiding up in a college, from going over there. So I don't think that should be allowed. I don't think that should be allowed. I believe that there's if if a war breaks out, I think everybody should have to go. If you're in college, well, you'll just have to finish that when you get back. Mommy and daddy shouldn't be able. Mommy and daddy shouldn't be allowed to pay and hide you in a college. And your ass should have to go to war too. Those boys sitting over, hollering peace, hiding at the college should have had to go and fight in Vietnam just like everybody else did. And then maybe, you know, there wouldn't have been so much for the people, fighting for this country when they got home. It just is what it is. And you guys know I'm telling the truth. We all know the back history of Vietnam. We all know it. We know what it done. We know what it done to our country and how the people who fought in that war, like World War II was great because when our soldiers came back, their jobs were there. They had their jobs, they had their family, they had all the support of their country. It was beautiful. But Vietnam was nothing like that. And it was nothing like that because of a bunch of hippies sitting up on campuses where mommy and daddy hid them in order not to send them over where they was. They were cowards hiding within the college, basically, and brought a lot of disgrace to our country. A lot of disgrace. Just is what it is. But, this country, some reason this country wanted to follow that garbage and mistreat the real men who, gave their lives and did their best, to do what our government sent them to do. It was a terrible time in history. Oh yeah, I do tell the very real truth. That is true. Sometimes it's not a good thing, Sometimes I wish I didn't. Sometimes I wish I didn't. Because most people don't like you when you do, right? You're always going to get a hater. You're always going to get a hater when you're telling the truth. My grandfather lied about his age and joined the army. Yeah, a lot of them did. That's true. A lot of them did. Because it was, it was a, it was a lot of gratification to serve in your country, right? A lot of gratification to be a soldier. But soldiers don't get the respect that they once did. Police officers don't get the respect that they once did. The people, the good guys who are trying to fight crime and trying to keep this country safe, basically they're getting no respect. The ones getting support and respect are the evil ones, are the evil, people look up to, and evil people and support, evil more than they do the righteous anymore. And that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Do I believe that more people support evil than righteousness in our country? I truly believe that there is more evil in our world than good. I believe that. I believe that, there is more evil and hatred in this world than goodness. Yes. Do I believe that, there's more people supporting evilness than good? Yes. But you know why? It's because the righteous people don't stand up. The righteous people don't stand up. If the righteous people all stood up the way the evil people do, well, we wouldn't have no evilness. We could, what I'm saying is if all the righteous people in this world stood up, because the Bible plainly tells you that one righteous person can chase 10,000 and two can chase 100,000, right? Of unrighteous. It's not that we would have a problem. Righteous will always overpower the evil, but righteousness has to stand up in order to overpower anything. And righteousness just, the righteous people are hiding. I don't know why, but the righteous people are just hiding. And, like they're in fear to stand up, for their country, for their God, for all the things that need to be stood up for. And, it's like there's only a chosen few, right? There's only a chosen few, trying to fight the whole battle by themselves. And that can be frustrating. That can be frustrating, right? Absolutely frustrating. I think you guys know where I'm coming from because you're a chosen few too. You're the chosen few. You come out here and, you're trying to do righteousness. You're trying to support these missing children and get justice for these missing children. And, you're rising up all together for righteousness. But, you have so many haters out here coming at you too, right? We seen one last night. We seen one pop up on the panel last night. And it's discouraging. It's discouraging, to be came at sideways by all the evil, when you're trying to do righteousness. So you guys know the struggle of being righteous. I don't have to tell you. Yeah, Ronald, where you been? There he is. Ronald decided to bless us. He decided to bless us tonight. Our bucket list has holes. How are you tonight, my dear friend? Ronald, where you been? Where you been? I know where you been. I know where you're at. All the time, I know where you're at. Yeah. PG, did you play Whack-A-Mole last night? Yes, I sure did. Yes, I sure did. I had to give the steel-toed boot last night. Not that I wanted to. We were forced. We were forced over here to do it. We don't want to do that, but, you know how it is, Ronald. You know how it is. By the way, everybody, Ronald's supposed to be PG's son. He's supposed to be my right hand man, bona fide blood-born son. Right? according to the liars, right? The liars, the twin freaking garbage pail sisters, right? That's Ronald's supposed to be my son. No, Ronald is a nice guy. He is super funny. He's super funny, and and he does have PG's back. Ronald has PG's back all the time, and he really gives the old garbage pail sisters hell. That's for sure. Ronald ain't in here a whole lot because he's busy elsewhere. Right, Ronald? Ronald cracks me up. Anyway, this guy, I have taken the time, as I said last night, I have taken the time to go through, to research and observe and all things with this particular Joseph guy. I'm going to bring, all this information to you tonight. I'm going to bring it to you tonight. You guys can tell me how you think and how you feel, about all of this. Um, I will put a link out. There is a link at the top. This is open panel all the time here. Always open panel here at PG's um, channel over here. So it's always open panel. Anyone that wants to come up here is welcome to come up here and express your feelings, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like I've said from the very beginning, this is Summer's channel. We run this channel together. We run it together. And anyone that wants to come up here and voice your opinion, sometimes you need to get it out. Sometimes, it's bottling up, right? All of this stuff is bottling up in you. You're sitting there and there's all these things you want to say and you just wish you could. Well, that's what this panel's for. I mean, you got something to say. You want to, talk about how you feel about, Summer's case and all the different people and all the different reasons it ain't going right. Please take the link, come up, voice your opinion. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Sometimes you just need to get it out, right? You just need to get it out. And everyone's welcome to be on panel. You don't have to have your camera open. Nobody has to see you. You just take the link, come into the backstage, come up on the panel. Keep your avatar closed, and you have a voice. You have a voice. You have a voice out here that's going to radiate out into the universe forever and ever and ever about how you feel. And and I know how you feel because I feel that way too. No one should ever abuse a child. No one should ever do what evil humans are doing to our future. These children are our future, and these children are being destroyed, right? And they are being destroyed in droves. Let me tell you that now. I mean, every day, you hear about abuse. You hear about children being destroyed. You hear about, children being taken because of this and because of that. And it's overwhelming. It has become overwhelming. And we hear so much about how Child Protective Services could do something, and they didn't. And they didn't. Right? And that's even more heartbreaking. That's more heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking for us. Ruby Rainmaker, I'm bringing you up, sweetie. I'm bringing you up, girl. You could close your avatar if you want. You would hit the start cam button. Start cam, hit it, and there you go, baby. There you go. Okay, I'm bringing you up. How you doing, girlfriend?
I'm doing great. I always wanted to come up and say hi to you.
Hey, there we go. How you doing, sweetie?
How
Good.
are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Uh,
good.
that's good.
How about
Well, I
yourself?
always wanted to give my thoughts out on little Summer Sweetheart Wells. Um,
Amen.
I believe
Hello? We can't hear you. Uh, did you mute yourself? There's a mute. There's a mute button. Um, you might have pushed your mute button. It's right next to start cam.
uh,
There you go. There you go. I can hear you now. I can hear
yeah,
you.
okay. I have
Okay,
to go
sweetie.
out I have to go out on my balcony because we have phone service problems here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I keep cutting in and out, but now it should be okay.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay, so my belief on that is that she was going to be starting school and she was being essayed by them. And where she was
Okay, I think we lost her again. I think we lost her again. Okay, you're back. I just heard your mic click.
Yeah, it's just the phone service here is really bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yes,
understand that.
I'm on a cell phone into an apartment building.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly. And then
yeah,
all the other phones and so forth, everything pulling from the
correct,
main internet is causing yours to
correct,
run in and out. Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
that can be a bitch.
but I always wanted to give my thoughts.
Go ahead, sweetheart. Ah, we lost you again. I hear it click again. Oh, I lost her. I lost her. Come back. Come back. I'm sorry I lost you. It's easier. It's on a phone. On a phone, a computer is a lot easier to come up on. Like a laptop or desktop, the computers are a lot easier to come up on panel on because they don't go out. They don't go out as much as the phone. If you move around with the phone, you keep losing reception a lot of times. Yeah. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know where she went. Okay, we'll wait for her to come. We'll wait for her to come back while she's getting everything together. And we're waiting. I'll start running the live about this guy, this Joseph guy. Now he just came out of nowhere. Joseph came out of nowhere.
I just wanted to let you guys know
Right
that
here. This is where Joseph introduced himself, right? This is where he introduced himself into Summer's case, which was on 2024, right? February 2024, Summer's birthday. And this was her birthday visual. And this is where Joseph comes out of the blue, comes out of nowhere. This guy just comes out of nowhere. And, we don't know him from Adam, right? We don't know him from Adam. And he just pops out of nowhere at this birthday for Summer, talking about how he's going to find her, right? He's going to be the saving grace of Summer. So we're going to listen to it. This guy's really strange.
Yeah, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I came here to find Summer. We have a team of people working on this, and I am not going to stop until she is found. I will find her. We will find her alive. I swear it, okay? I swear it. We will get to a place where she is alive, and we will find her. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you guys. I really am. And have a great night. It was really nice seeing you guys.
Carefully pray over him.
I'm going to take it back. I assure you, and we are going to find Summer. I promise you, she is still alive. I believe it. We all need to believe she is still alive. So we will make it happen, okay? We're going to will this into existence. It ties back to particle physics, guys. I'm not going to go into all that, because I'm not really a scientist myself, so I'm an accountant. But I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. My name is Joe Wells, and
Yeah, right.
yeah, and I just wanted to let you guys know that
No, I don't have a number right now. I don't have a call-in number right now. I wish I did. But I don't have a call-in number at this time. I used to do call-ins. I'm going to start that again. I really need to start that again because like she wanted to come up tonight and talk and her phone isn't working. So I will start the call-ins again. I'll try to set up the phone line tomorrow for call-ins. I'm so sorry. Because I really did want to let you talk. No, I don't have it. I don't have the line open tonight. I sure don't. I disconnected the phone line because I wasn't doing a lot of call-ins, and but I will hook it back up. I'm sorry. If you have a laptop, if you have like a laptop or any type of computer, it's a lot easier to come up on a computer than a phone. If you could open the computer and come in that way, then you'd be able to come up on panel. I don't know if you have a computer that you could use to come up with. I'm sorry, Ruby. I was really looking forward to talking with you tonight. God bless. Another thing, like if you're in an apartment building like that, sometimes if you go into the middle of your home, the middle of your house, it helps. It's a lot. You'll keep better reception sometimes if you're like in the middle of your house instead of, close to the outer walls. If you go into the middle of your house, it's a lot easier too. It'll hold reception better in the middle of your home. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Yes, it is open panel here every single night. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was weird, right? Imaginary piece. I thought that was really freaking weird too. Guy is super weird. Let's listen to this again.
Yeah, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I came here to find Summer. We have a team of people working on this, and I am not going to stop until she is found. I will.
We have a team of people working on this. Where's your team? Where's your team? Because I don't see no team. I see you. What I see is him. I don't see a team. And he ain't gonna stop till he finds her. You came out of nowhere, like out of freaking nowhere, 3 years down the road. A long time down the road here. And I got questions. Where the hell did you come from? And right, there's no team. I looked at his Facebook, right? I looked at, and I'll tell you another thing. This guy is really strange. He's got like, Summer everywhere. He's got even one of his accounts is Summer, right? With some numbers following it, which is really freaking weird. And when people put numbers after something, usually, you got it's some kind of code. It's some kind of code, that you. What I'm saying is there's something behind them numbers as well as the name. So that's what I'm working on now. Trying to figure that one out. But there's no team. It's him. Where did he come from? Why did he come so late, in the game? And, what is his agenda in all of this? I don't know.
Will find her. We will find her alive. I swear it. Okay?
He says he'll find her. They'll find her alive. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm shaking my head too. I'm shaking my head too, girl. I really am. Amy Joe. This guy is weird. He is straight up freaking whoa. And look at Robin. Look at Robin. She's just like standing there smiling at him like, oh, you're so sweet. Of course you are. Right? What the hell? Why ain't you, Robin? Why ain't you looking at this guy saying, who's your team? Could you elaborate on this? Could we get a little more information on that? Mind, right? Why ain't you sitting there saying, where was you at the beginning of Summer's case? What made you get involved now? I mean, you supposed to care about Summer, but you're not asking this guy a bunch of questions. I mean, I would have been asking him some questions, right? I wouldn't have been sitting there looking at him, like I was waiting on a doggy treat. Hey, Betty, you got a doggy treat in your pocket that you might be able to pull out and hand over to me? Right? That's what she looks like. She looks like she's waiting on a doggy treat. What the hell?
I swear it. We will get to a place where she is alive.
Look at all these guys. Look at all these guys. They're looking at him like, what the hell? Even the preacher is like, what the hell? Right? Even white boy, even freaking white boy, and you guys know PG don't get along with white boy, right? I don't get along with white boy, but I'm going to tell you, even white boy sitting there like, what the hell? Right? Where did you come from, buddy? All of these guys, all of these men are like, whoa, what's going on here? Not Robin. She got this, wow. It's hard to believe somebody like that can exist, right? It's really hard.
And we will find her. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you guys. I really am. And
you're so sorry this happened to you guys? You're so sorry this happened to you guys? What the hell is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? I would have asked him, what does that statement mean? You're so sorry what happened to us? Elaborate on that, please.
have a great night. It was really nice seeing you guys.
Carefully pray over him.
We're going to take it back. I assure you, and we are going to find Summer. I promise.
Yeah, they're wanting to pray over him. They're like, whoa, something ain't right here. We, let's all pray so, whatever's in this guy don't affect none of us. I mean, they're like, whoa, where did this come from?
You, she is still alive. I believe it. We all need to believe that she is still alive. So we will make it happen, okay? We're going to will.
We all need to believe she is still alive. We all need to believe that. Well, I don't believe that, sir. I do not believe that. Absolutely not. This far down the road, no. I don't believe that. All signs point to Summer not being with us. Did you not see her laying and propped up on the milk jug, sir? Did you not see that her mother was hiding all of her stuff in a box that she was wearing that day? Did you not listen to the abuse she went through before she disappeared? Come on. Did you not listen to the fact that Daddy drove a different car, fired his coworker to blame everything on, and the next day his daughter disappears and he blames the coworker like he had planned to do the day before and had been planning to do when he did it? Come on. Where the hell did you come from? Because obviously you do not know nothing about this case. You know no facts about this case whatsoever. You have not done your research. You have not done your homework. You have not done no observation upon these parents and the creepy weirdos around them. You've done nothing. Where the hell did you come from? And what is your agenda? Why are you interested in this? What do you feel that you may gain from what you're doing? But mainly, I just want to know where you came from. I know you come from Maryland. I already know that. I know where from Maryland you come from. I know all of that. But my biggest thing is what dog do you have in the race? Why are you popping up now? What could you possibly have to do with Summer Wells' case? What could you possibly have to do with this little girl's case? And what the hell are you talking about when you said, you're going to confess, on some of your sins on your 40th birthday? What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? What are you going to confess, sir? Do you know something we don't? It sounds like that you possibly had some kind of connection with this group of people involved around Summer's case at some point in time. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like this guy knows a little more than, because I got another part of the video where he says some other disturbing things that leads me to believe this. That he does have some type of, information, possibly, in the realm of himself being connected somehow to this group of weirdos that was around Summer Wells' case, right? What I'm talking about is the group that supplies sedation, right, for children to be sedated. The weirdos that, are packing Summer up and off, right, with the boys hollering, where you taking her? Where you taking her? Maybe he has some, who knows? Was he a client? At some point? I don't know. It just seems like he has some interest or some type of dog in the race. I don't know.
Will this into existence? It ties back to particle physics, guys.
This into existence? I'm going to tell you, sir, I think we learned from the John Benet Ramsey case, okay? John Benet Ramsey, a little girl, Boulder, Colorado, found in her basement in a terrible state, sir, unalived, found in a terrible state. And her dad carries her up the stairs. He lays her on the floor. Her mother runs in there and she begs. Oh, there's Arctic. I'm bringing you up, girl. And she begs. She begs God. She begs God over top of her daughter. She says, Lord, you brought Lazarus back to life. Please bring my little girl back to life, right? Patsy is over top of John Benet, and she's screaming for God. And she looks at the preacher and she says, please, bring my baby back. Bring my baby back. Well, John Benet didn't get up. You cannot breathe things into existence. You can't do that. Only God himself, through his son Jesus Christ, can make. Now, do I believe Do I believe that a person could be wake right up? Absolutely. Absolutely. Jesus did raise Lazarus. He raised a little girl, right? He went in and he raised up a little girl. He worked many miracles. But what I'm trying to say is this guy standing up here saying that, they need to, breathe this into existence, that she's still with us. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. It's disturbing. Exactly, Angel Girl. It's disturbing. That he's very disturbing.
I'm not going to go into all that, but because I'm not really a scientist myself, so I'm an accountant. But I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. My name is Joe Wells, and
his name's Joe Wells. He wants to introduce himself. Whoa. Right there is just strange. Right there is just strange. He's sitting there like, she's alive. But listen to this. But listen to this one. This is the one that's really going to open your guys' eyes.
It's not a prayer, guys. Not a prayer. But I just wanted to correct something that the young lady said earlier. She said that child sex trafficking is $1 million industry. Bump it all the way up. It's billions, guys. It's all over the world. It's international.
Oh, so he's very knowledgeable on trafficking, right? He's done his homework, baby. He's done his homework on trafficking. I hate to say it, but he's a little more educated on it than I would want him to be. What I'm saying is he's kind of scary educated upon it, right? Not to be law enforcement, not to be, and with the federal government and so forth and so on. He's not FBI, he's not TBI, he's not, even a sheriff, right? He's not even a sheriff. Or any type of law officer, period. But yet, he seems to be really schooled on, he seems to be really schooled on, trafficking and how much it brings And that's a big red flag. That's a big red flag, you guys.
Criminal racket, okay? And it's being done through Satan, child sexual abuse.
Oh, you think it's being done through Satan? Sir, let me tell you something. Yeah, the devil devours whoever he may. But, God ain't going to blame Satan. God's going to blame the people who allow Satan to, devour them and do the evil things. What I'm saying is every human has the power to overpower Satan. When Jesus died on that cross, he gave everyone in the world the power to overpower Satan. All of us. Satan has no power. He has no power. And everyone born on this earth is God's child. And everyone has the power to overpower Satan. So if you are doing Satan's will, then you're doing it by your own choice. It ain't Satan, it's you. It's you, sir. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? You made that choice. That's on you. And God will judge you upon your choices. So don't go up there blaming Satan. Go up there blaming the evil bastards that could have said no. That's who you go up there and you blame.
Is the purest form of evil in existence. That is exactly why Satan goes after the children.
Oh, that's why Satan goes after the children. And no, Satan ain't going after no children. The last time I checked, Leilani Simon's in prison because she went after her own child. They didn't arrest Satan. They arrest Leilani because she made the choice to hurt her own child. The last time I checked, the Boswell girl is in jail because she chose to do something evil with her child and hide it away for a long time. And now she's in prison. Satan didn't do that. She did. That was her choice. They didn't arrest Satan. They arrested her. Stop blaming Satan. Just stop it. Because Satan has no power over these people. These people make those evil choices on their own at their free will instead of making the right choice. So don't go there. People need to take self-blame. Because when you stand before God, God's going to be blaming you. He ain't going to blame Satan for nothing. He's going to blame you. God ain't going to hear you say, oh, it was Satan. He's going to say, no, that was you.
That's how he has taken this world from us. And we are going to take it back, I assure you. And we are going to find Summer. I promise you, she is still alive. I believe it.
You promised us? You promise us that this child, how can you promise us that, sir? How can you promise us that Summer would still be alive? You can't promise us that unless you know something we don't. What do you know we don't? What do you know? What do you know? Unless you were there, unless you know something that nobody else knows out here, you can't say that. What a freaking weirdo, right? What a weirdo.
We all need to believe that she is still alive.
Oh, now we all just need to believe it. Why? Because you said so? Because we don't believe it. We don't believe it. If Summer was still alive, I believe she'd have done been found. That's what I believe. When a child ain't found in 3 years, you pretty much actually, if they're not found within 3 or 4 days, you can pretty much expect to find them unalived. Just the way it is.
So we will make it happen, okay? We're going to will this into existence. It ties back to particle physics.
Will this into existence? We're going to will this into existence. I'm going to tell you something, mister. We have all prayed. We have all prayed wherever Summer is, that God would lift her up. That he would lift her up and bring her forth. So that we would know what happened to her. So we would know all the answers. But it's God's will, not ours. That's God's will. And the last time I talked to God, asking him to bring Summer home, he said she's already home. So obviously, you're not that close to God. Obviously, God don't talk to you. Because if you would have been praying, he'd have probably told you the same thing.
Physics, guys. I'm not going to go into all that, but because I'm not really a scientist myself, so I'm an accountant. But I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. My name is Joe Wells, and I believe that Summer is still alive, and I believe we will find her. It doesn't make sense that there's no information, guys. So we all, I'm sure, have heard some things in the news lately related to sex trafficking within the United States federal government, related to the Epstein thing, and there are all kinds of people tied into that. It's an international criminal racket. It's not just in the United States. It's international, worldwide. So just everyone be very careful.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He brings Epstein into it. He brings on this is a racket. Just be careful. You know, it's worldwide. You know, I like to think this guy is a conspiracy, you know, one of them conspiracy therapists, you know, type people. I'm not into, you know, conspiracy theories. I'm just not. I'm just not. You know, I'm
He's
no,
all in one.
you know,
He's a psychic too.
is he a psychic? Right?
He's like, yeah, he's like all in one. I hear so many different professions in what he's saying that it's like, wait a minute, my head is spinning.
I feel, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you're getting the same vibe as I am, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that he, you know, I want to believe that he's just this off the wall conspiracy theory type person, you know, one of them like Ace Ventura type things. But you know, for some reason something's telling me something, you know, something's telling me no. No, I'm way off on that. You know, I'm way off on that. This guy, I'm getting this feeling that this guy is somewhere, somehow wrapped up or has been wrapped up in something, you know, into he I'm getting this feeling he's been there. What are you getting? Like, I'm getting a feeling he's lived it. Right?
Yeah.
That's what
Today is this is the first I'm hearing all of this, and I'm blown away.
right. You know, you know, that's what my gut's telling me. My gut's saying, hey, you know, he's lived this. He's talking from some experience in the field of this stuff. And you know, and I'm seeing him in that field, but not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing him as a
He
savior.
needs to go. Yeah,
I'm
he needs to go sit down and have a talk with Ronnie Lawson.
right. I'm seeing him as a participant, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yes,
That
yes.
now, you know, that now wants to suck up some spotlight or something. You know,
And insert
I'm
himself.
right. I'm kind of getting really bad vibes off of this. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
really and I truly believe that Summer was trafficked. I truly believe that. I
I
believe she
told
was.
you that in the beginning. I told you that in the beginning. Did I not?
I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Um, you know, you don't want to believe. You don't want to believe that someone is sinister enough to do these things to any child, especially the own parents. You don't want to believe that parents are that fucking creepy in today's world, but they are. But they are. You got to face the truth. You know, I had to face it too. And you know what I'm saying is because Don in that picture he was holding Summer and he's saying, "I'm sorry, Summer. I'm sorry." Remember?
Yep.
And he says, "I know she was going to be gone." And in a short time, she was 18 days
Yep.
was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But no, here's the thing: when he's telling her that, he takes her out. She looks sedated to me, don't you think? And
Yeah.
they carry her out, and get in a vehicle with her and they leave with her. Where did they take her? Where did they take her? You know, as hard as this is for me to say, and I don't like to say it, but I've always thought that they took her somewhere. They took her somewhere for someone to do something sinister to her. That's what I've always thought. I've always thought that, you know, when Dudley seen them taking her away, sedated up, or, you know, and that's what it looked like. It looked like she was sedated to me. She was all passed out, right? All passed out.
Yes.
You know, it made me, you know, feel, because he said the boys were saying, where are you taking Sissy? Where are you taking Sissy? And, you know, they just got in a vehicle and left with her. And, you know, that I've always wondered, you know, where they took her and who they took her to and what they allowed, wherever they took her, to do to her. And, you know, and that's hard for me. That's really super hard for me to say because, you know, I love Summer as much as everyone else out here does. But we got to face the truth on how sinister these people were and how evil they are. And they still are to this day. They're very evil. And, you know, this guy, you know, could he have been a client? I don't know. I just know he came out of freaking nowhere. I know he's saying some really crazy shit. And, you know, what I'm trying to say is I get the feeling he may have personally known or seen her. You know, I don't know. But
That's what he's yeah. That's what he's acting like. He's acting like he's got some personal claim on her.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
And the thing is, PG, in the beginning, like, I didn't know anything about Candace and Don, or Summer for that matter, but I knew their friends. I knew the background. So, me knowing that, I came in knowing facts. So, I went with my gut instinct and was able to go with the facts of the situation from what I knew. And
Joanne, what did you said, can you show us that picture? What picture, Joanne? Did I show a picture that you want to see? I try to keep up the chat too.
Yep.
Yeah. Amy Jo, what picture were you talking about? The picture of Don holding Summer. Oh, I don't have that picture in here. You know what? If I remember, I'll try to find it when I'm done here. I'll try to find it and show it tonight. I know I got it somewhere. But yeah, you know, and I'm gonna tell you, this is just a little bit. You guys have only seen a little bit of the weirdness of this guy so far. You've just seen a little bit, because I'm gonna play you out a whole lot more. By the time
did you write down where he said he was from?
Yes, Maryland. Absolutely.
Okay. Did he say the town?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I can't put out that kind of stuff here.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fine. Yeah, nope, that's fine.
You know, hit me up on Facebook and I'll be more than glad, girl, to send you all the information.
Good. And then I'll pull everything and get it back to you.
Right. All right. That sounds good. I appreciate the help.
Just try to let love guide you. Let the truths of love guide you. Satan is powerful. The lies of evil are powerful, but you have the truth inside your heart, and if everyone can believe, we can all believe that she is still alive and that we will find her. She will be revealed to us. I believe she's still alive. They would not have killed her.
I believe she's still alive. I believe she is still alive. They would not have unlived her. They wouldn't, I'm going to tell you, ain't it funny that we know that Summer was surrounded by a weird group, and he says they would not have. He's talking about a group too. He's talking about a group. Something really freaking weird here.
Okay? They wouldn't have. Those people are too scared. They are scared, and they are more scared now than they have ever been.
And that's why we believe, sir, that Summer is no longer with us. That's why we believe that she isn't with us. That's why we believe she wasn't with us on the milk jug. That's why we believe that she was dressed all right. She was dressed at Allison's house, because that's the only other place she could have been cleaned up and dressed, because she wasn't dressed when they went through Sonic's, when they went through Walgreens, or when they went to the supermarket. She was laying over against the door on a pillow because Hunter said she was the only one in the car wet. Well, that tells us that she wasn't in them clothes yet. And the only other place she could have got in them before that video was taken was at Allison's house, because that's the only other stop they made where she could have been cleaned up and dressed at. And then propped on those milk jugs. And you could tell she was definitely propped due to the fact her arm is lodged between the jug, due to the fact that the jug is lodged underneath them boxes to hold it in place. There's boxes on the floor that's been placed on the floor to hold her, to hold the jugs of milk in so they don't slide out underneath her. She was propped upon those milk jugs, baby. Propped. And I'm going to tell you right now, she was as limp as someone under anesthesia, right? Her hands, her whole body is as limp as a person on anesthesias. And when you're sleeping, you ain't that limp. No one is that limp when they're just sleeping. Just saying. Take a look at the photo yourself. Analyze it, because it don't look right. And I'm starting to wonder if she didn't have a little bit of makeup on her face. And to possibly, maybe that's why, maybe that's why they wasn't able to really, come to a determination whether she was. Now, by her fingernails, it looks like she wasn't. I mean, if you go by the hands and the limpness, you could pretty much say, I don't think she was with us on those milk jugs. But I believe that, you could see the bluing. You could see the bluing on the sides of her head, right? You could see this bluing coming in at the sides of her head. Now, there possibly could have been some makeup put on her. When they redressed her and everything. A lot of people said, what's on her jacket? What's on her jacket? It looks like, like the red stuff that comes out of people. Anyway, could it possibly been makeup that, had been being used on her, on her face, to take some of the bluing out? I don't know. And she did look like, she possibly had some lipstick on. Her lips were awful, as if, she did look like, she possibly might have had, something on her lips. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I haven't. I mean, I've looked it over. You know, to a point, but I haven't. You know, I haven't brought everything straightforward. You know, that's what I will do. That's what I will do. I will basically bring her face completely up, enlargement for everyone to look at. I mean, I think we need to. I think we need to. We need to see if there might be makeup or something on her face. You know, and you know, if they dressed her and everything at Allison's, they would have that stuff. They got girls in the house, Allison in the house. They got makeup in the house. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's something ain't right here. Something ain't right because there was a lot of bluing. There was a lot of bluing, and you know, it looked like something. It looked like there was something maybe trying to hide it, which could be makeup, right? We all know that, you know, when we pull out our foundation, boy, I'll tell you what, it hides a lot of stuff, don't it? It hides a lot of stuff. You know, so yeah, yeah, it's you know, that foundation's good stuff. You know, if you got a little bit of a black eye, you put that foundation on there, you know, and it, you still could see a little bit of that blue peeking through, but nothing like, you know, nothing like without it, right? You wipe the makeup off like damn. Uh it's possibility. Oh
Foundation
yeah.
can hide lividity. It can hide
Um,
lividity. And
yeah, and it,
having her dressed head to toe like they did is also going to hide lividity.
exactly. Exactly. That's what you know. And there was something on the jacket. There was something on that jacket down by the seatbelt. I'm wondering if it wasn't possibly makeup. You know, I looked at it and I thought, you know, it, I didn't ever really think, you know, I didn't know what it was, but I didn't think it was, you know, the red stuff. You know, I was like, I'm not sure what that is, and it often bothered me, you know, because it does look like there's something there, but it just wasn't bright enough, you know, bright enough to be what a lot of people thought it was. But it could have been makeup. You know, I have, you know, I used to make up my girlfriends all the time. You know, you bring 20 girlfriends in the house and everybody sits down before you, you know, if you're going clubbing, you know, your girlfriends are wear this jacket. Oh, can I wear that? Oh, this matches me so good. And they like kind of clean out your closet, don't they? And then they want you to do their makeup. They want, you know, you to do all their makeup and everything. And you know, fix them all up and you know, you better get ready early because if you don't, you're probably going clubbing looking like shit. Because you're going to run out of a lot of stuff when you get done with everybody else's faces and their hair and all their things. And it's like, girlfriend, when you showed up here, I thought you were already ready. Looks to me like you wasn't. So, anyway, I pretty much know what makeup looks like on some clothes. When you're doing makeup, it is very easy. It is very easy to get it on your hands. And when you go to lift or go to touch something, where does that makeup go? It goes right where you grabbed at, right? Whether it's your jacket, whether it's the sleeve of your shirt, whether it's your collar, you go touch something before you wash your hands, boom, there's makeup. Could somebody, you know, try to zip up her jacket? They had makeup on their hand, and that's where it came from, and that's why it was showing under the seatbelt. Very big, good possibility. Very good possibility. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll find out because we're going to go over that picture.
And I feel that They would not have killed her. We need to keep searching. We need to keep finding information out. Like I said, it does not make sense that there's no information on this stuff, guys. The NSA, these federal agencies, they have the information. They have technology that is far advanced into the future. There's no way that they do not know, that these people do not know where she is. So
There is no way that these people do not know where she. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Sir, how, if you're talking about law enforcement, well, law enforcement's like everyone out here. They wasn't there. They have no clue where Summer is because they wasn't there. If you weren't there, you ain't going to know. I don't care how much technology you have. You don't have technology like that. And you know, you got to be a fucking mind reader. You would have to be a mind reader to know where she's at. And I don't think that, you know, that really has been, you know, breathed into existence yet. You know, some people can guess what people are thinking because they've been around them so long, but to really read somebody else's mind, that's BS. Ain't nobody able to read nobody else's mind. Absolutely not. I don't believe in that shit. You know, because every problem in the world would be solved, right? Just call in a mind reader and everything would be solved. You know, too bad it's, you know, the only person that can read anyone's mind is God Almighty, his son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and the angels, of course. I'm sure they can read minds too, but no human can. No human on this earth can do anything like that. You know, that would solve all the problems in the world if someone could. It really would. But I don't even know what he's talking about here. I don't even know what he's talking about. That is super weird.
So we need to figure out where she is, and we need to hold these people accountable. We need to treat our enemies as friends. We need to love them. These people are slaves of evil, okay? These people who took Summer, they are not our enemies. They are slaves.
These people who took Summer are not our enemies. Listen, sir, no, they're not our enemies, but they were hers. They were hers, right? They were her enemy. And they have destroyed her. And you want to pray for them, you want to love them, you want to hug them, and you want to change them. What the hell are you talking about? You can't change evil. You can't change that type of evil. None of us can. A snake can shed its skin, but it's still a freaking snake. And if you pick it up, you play with it, you take it home, then you pretty much asked for what happened. Because I'm going to tell you, a snake will turn on you, right? It will turn on you. You should have known it was a snake.
Slaves of evil, they are suffering too, okay? Each and every one of them is.
They are suffering. Oh my God. You act like you're talking from experience, sir. You act like you're talking from experience. What do you mean they're suffering? Them evil people are not suffering. You're suffering because of evil people. Righteous people. Little Summer suffered because of evil people. These children suffer because of evil human beings. Good people suffer because of evil human beings. It's like the 17-year-old boy who goes in the kitchen and shoots his own dad 2 times and unlives him and says, oh, my dad done something bad, pulled a weapon on me, and it was self-defense, and he got off with it. And just recently, the same boy, 17 years old, takes his mother's life. He unlives his mother. And he claims, oh, she fell on the weapon. And that coroner says, no, there's no way that she did that. And you know something, they're right now scared that he's going to get away with doing someone else, taking someone else's life again. This is evil. This is evil. You cannot change evil. You got to get that evil off the streets to make other people safe. There was 2 victims, 2 innocent people's lives taken away from this earth due to that evil, and you think we can change it? You think that boy's suffering? That boy ain't suffering. If he was suffering, he wouldn't have done his mother the way he did her after he did his dad. Come on. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, there's my sweet Norway. I send you all much love and many prayers. Hey girl, we're sending that love and prayers back to you. You know it, right? Remember, for 30 months. There you go, girl.
Amen.
God bless. God bless. Good to see you. Good to see you, my Norway. God bless. We've been wondering where you're at.
We love and miss you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless. God bless. She is the sweetest, kindest lady. Yeah, she reminds me of my mother. She's beautiful, beautiful souled. Absolutely. Absolutely, Stephanie. Hi, Miss Norway. Love you. Yes, we do. We love you. Miss Norway is greatly loved here. Greatly loved. But yeah, what is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? I mean, he's insane, right? He's insane. Oh, they're suffering. No, evil people don't suffer. The people they go around do, right? The people they go around are the ones that suffer. You know what? Summer isn't here anymore, right? Summer's completely gone. She's destroyed. She's gone, folks. Well, Don and Candace was at a big car show, right? They just recently at a car show, looking at all the cars. Oh, look at that! Look how cool that is! It's got double headers. Ooh, look at Cookie Monster sitting in the seat, right? They were having a good old damn time. Is Summer having a good time, y'all? Did Summer ever have a good time? Did she ever have a good time in the hands of them monsters? Where's her good times? Oh, Don and Candace really fucking suffering, ain't they? Really suffering. Come on. This guy right here just pisses me off. That's what he does. He's pissing me off.
Suffering. And they need to be fixed and saved as well. So
they need to be fixed and saved as well. Are you freaking kidding me? No. These children need to be saved. These children are the ones that need to be saved. They're the ones that need to be fixed. The 3 Wells boys, they need to be fixed because they went through hell. And their little sister's completely gone. And they're the ones that's going to need to be fixed to live a normal life in the future. And little Summer, don't even get me started. This guy's pissing me off. The more I listen to him,
Our RSOs cannot be rehabilitated. I know this.
not.
I worked with them specifically for 4 years straight, 15 hours a day. They cannot be rehabilitated.
Absolutely not.
So,
and you know, when in God's name did this country start to support pure evilness? When did we, as a nation, start to turn on all the righteous, our law enforcement, our military? When did we start turning on all the goodness in this world that keeps us safe and start supporting all of this freaking evilness in the world? I don't even know, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm sitting back and seeing it. I'm sitting back and I'm watching this world just get more evil and evil and evil each day as we live. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know what they said? Oh, that these RSOs, these people that like to do bad things to children, well, what we need to do is make them a weird doll, so that they can have that instead of a child. I am afraid, wouldn't that just make them worse? Wouldn't that make them even more dangerous to children to have a freaking doll, and that seems like it's okay to do that kind of stuff to a child? When the hell did we start passing out weird dolls to weirdos that should be locked away out of society and keep our children safe? When did we do that? Somebody explain this shit to me, because I'm going to tell you something. There is a lot of mother freaking people in this world that just does not think right. Right? They do not think right. If you support that kind of shit, there is something wrong with you, baby. There is something wrong with your brain. For real. You need to get it checked. You really do.
That's the way I have been approaching this. I want to change these people into beautiful people. These Satanists are small people. They live small little lives, and they have dirty tricks that they use, but that is not real power. Real power is through love and the force of infinity. So, yeah. So I'll stop taking you guys' time, okay? Thank you, everybody, and have a safe night.
Wow. I don't know. There's something, they live small little lives. It sounds like he lives a small little life. The more he talks, the more I see him involved. I don't even know, but that's just the picture I'm getting in my mind. And, you guys think that's bad? Well, boom, baby. Here it goes. Listen to this.
Talk about it, shall we? Why am I doing this? Because I love children too deeply. It's too sad and too hard and hurts too much for me to see you people hurting them, even if it is a lie. Because just like you, I love them too deeply, and with every single part of my body.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Every single part of his body. Now listen to where he gets freaky as hell here. He gets freaky as hell here. Right here. So you can hear it. Listen to this. Because, when he starts out, he sounds a little bit normal, right? He sounds a little bit, but man, he gets freaky as hell. Watch this.
Because just like you, I love them too deeply, and with every single part of my body. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's how life was designed. It's how
every part of your body, that's how life. No, sir. No. I do not love these children with every part of my body. I love these children with my mind, my heart, and my soul. That's what I love them with. My heart, my mind, and my soul. What the hell are you talking about every part of somebody's fucking body for? You're disgusting. That's disgusting. That's damn disgusting. That's damn disgusting. And we all know where he's going with this. We all know where he's going with this. That's disgusting. I don't care what anyone says.
How we were meant to be. Every single part. Deal with it. Within an environment in which nothing contains everything, an ever-increasing, approaching infinite number of warped false realities, the one true reality ties all physical matter together as one. The one true reality, where acts of pure evil are truly superseded and prevented every single time. Where absolute love reigns supreme. The one true reality completes infinity. One love. The ultimate precog. The final answer. Time. My love.
Look, it's little Summer's picture, and he posts at the top of it, my love, my love. How disgusting is this? How disgusting is this? This is hard. This is really hard. I'm going to tell you right now. If this little girl belonged to PG, oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you, you guys don't even know. You don't even know.
If I was the investigator on her case, I would be sitting him
It's
down.
been quite a while since we've watched this video, everyone, and now I'm releasing it from a far different location than the last time. One far beyond where I previously existed only what seems like a few months ago. And one much closer to objective reality. I think it's time to take another look. Warning, here's a service I attended in celebration of Summer's 8th birthday. I speak about 3/4 of the way through the recording. Be warned, the information contained within is highly traumatic and can potentially cause a cathartic psychological event extreme enough to land one in a mental institution. If you
already there. I am surprised you are not already landed there. We listened to what you had to say. We listened to you at Summer's birthday party. We just listened to your recordings. And I can't say you are very disturbing. And I am totally shocked that you're still in society and not landed that ass in.
That's probably where he came from and why he's late to the party.
I'd like to know where the hell he came from and why is he so fucking weird? Why is he weird?
That's probably where he came from and why he's late to the party. I'm going to find out. I will find out.
Oh my God, girl. I'm going to tell you.
You feel you may not be ready to receive this information, please show yourself some respect and hold off until you're sure you're ready to receive it. I'm going to let you all know this right now, so that you all have plenty of time to prepare yourselves for what could potentially happen during the upcoming trials and tribulations. If I haven't realized that Summer has been found, either alive or deceased, by the time I turn 40 years old, I'm going in directly through the criminal justice system as a prison inmate in order to find her. I should already be there right now, but in the interest of the rest of the team, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. On the day of my 40th birthday, I'm going to admit to every single crime I can remember that I've ever committed.
On his 40th birthday, he's going to admit to every single crime. Who's his team? Who's his team? Could his team be Andy Bernard, Jody Sue Brown, Fred Heels? Could his team be, Laura's? Could his team be Don Wells, Candace, Grandis? Could he be holding off from going in and telling everything he knows? For some reason, he's giving these guys time to, to give him more information on what exactly happens, or he's going to go spilling some beans that he knows about, and that could collapse the whole team to the ground, over what happened to Summer. I mean, why is he out here? It seems to me like he's sending a message out to somebody. I want information. About what happened. I know, about the get it down, pass it around, sedation type things that was going on, the inside trafficking and all of this. And I'm giving everybody an update how big this trafficking, situation is and so forth. But and I'm going to give it all. I'm going to give it all real soon if I don't get, the answers, to what exactly happened and went down. He's wanting more information out of someone, and him popping out just seems to be a threat. Right? He's being, it sounds to me like he may be being, persistent in getting the answers he wants. It sounds like he had a dog in the race, and it something ain't right there. All right, I'm bringing you back up, Arctic. There you go, girl. That was one. Like,
I kicked myself off.
Right.
Our bucket list. I saw you. I saw your message, and okay.
You're right. Why wait? Why wait? Why don't you? No, he's wanting some answers. He's wanting some answers. He's trying to put a scare in somebody for some answers. And if you take note, when he showed up at that church, if you take note, Don and Candace got the hell out of there, right? They got the hell out of there because, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute.
And if the legal authorities still won't put me there themselves like they should have already done, then I'll commit a peaceful crime, such as theft or something else. Out in the open in front of everyone, that will give them no choice but to put me there. And if they don't incarcerate me the first time, I'll do it repeatedly until I find myself behind bars. This has gone on for long enough. You've been given fair warning. It's like I said in Tennessee all of those months ago. I will find Summer. It's only a matter of time. So,
Only a matter of time. Only a matter. He really wants to know exactly what happened. He wants to really know. This guy, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. And my opinion is that, this guy had a hand in something and feels that he is owed an explanation to what has happened, what led to, not being able to have a hand in it anymore. That's what it might, be. That's what it sounded like. I don't know.
Mark Zuckerberg, what's going on with all of these groups supposedly dedicated to finding Summer Wells?
He's even talking to Facebook, right?
Why do they all obsessively censor and ban anyone who attempts to share any real and pertinent information on the case? Any comment on the matter, FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation? How about you, Central Intelligence Agency? You people still haven't realized what's going on yet, have you? You are all fully exposed to everyone, now, and to your slave master, who summons you to that wretched environment from beyond the barrier. All of you. Every single one of you. For the abduction of Summer Wells and so much more horrible, disgusting behavior that you should have never chosen to engage in, and using taxpayer dollars to do it. And you can't blame me anymore for it, either, because...
You can't blame him? He's talking to somebody. And telling them, they can't blame him. He's trying to, he feels that he was put on the outside because he don't know all the information. He's put on the outside, and so there was something inside going on. There's something going on inside. This guy's really fucking weird, but he is telling some shit. He's like threatening up somebody.
I'm here now, and so everyone I'm measuring.
Oh, I'm here now. He says, I'm here now.
Right now is 100% accountable themselves for what's happened. And so are your own families and children through you. Do you people understand what's going on here? Is there some other way I need to explain this for you all to be able to comprehend on a meaningful level what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes. You need you need to bring this shit down to fucking layman's terms so we can understand it. we all have no problem out here understanding what you're trying to tell us.
It's not funny, but it is.
Yeah. Please bring it down. Bring it down to where we can understand it.
Okay, so I'm getting mixed signals now because it seems like he's playing a double agent. That's what it seems like he's trying to do.
Listen, did you take a right or left when he went there?
I'm like in that roundabout and I'm still
Hey, listen, I took a wrong turn. I gotta find my way back to this shit.
I'm just gonna keep spinning in that roundabout.
You just gonna keep going around and around with it.
That's where I'm at with this dude because that's what I'm getting on the vibe I'm getting. Like he's trying to play a double agent.
Right. Man,
007 on
I
the case.
that was a steep drop, dude. I
Oh
don't,
my goodness.
I don't know who the hell he's talking to, but I sure hope they know how to. I hope they know
Or,
how to understand it, right?
and when they do, can they let us know?
Yeah, right. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Don, can you tell us what this guy's talking about, please? Right?
What the hell are the words coming out of his mouth?
Let PG in the loop. Arctic's already there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit.
It sounds like he's trying to shake down the whole strain of corruption.
It sounds to me, like,
He's got a whole conspiracy theory
it's
going on there.
he's been, he knows his shit when it comes to the large circle of trafficking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like, personally, to me, it sounds to me like he's trying to send out a group of people a message,
Message.
you
Mhm.
know, where Summer's concerned. There's something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. But I think, I truly believe that Summer was trafficked. I do believe that. In my opinion, she was. And in my opinion, there was many clients, many clients. You know, Don and Candace was, I truly believe they was taking her many places, many different people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's hard telling how many or who. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Something just wasn't right there. And when Jody Sue got her ass scorned over, her old man putting a ring on something else and didn't ever put one on her, she kind of just came out and gave it up, right? She came out and gave it up what was
Right.
going on. And
Oh
and
yeah, she was pissed.
oh yeah, I truly believe that because there was many different kids on that hill and none of them's got a good story. And even a man down the road that picked up his child and don't even want to talk about it and don't want nobody asking about it. And then pretty
Right.
much if you do play anything out that any conversation between between you and them, there's going to be repercussions of it. So there was a hell of a lot going on,
Mhm.
and for Child Protective Services to go up there, and let Don and Candace know that they ain't to have no children on that land, that they didn't take children off of it for others to be on. And they even went knocking on, that lady's door. She had her granddaughter up there, and, and, so when they went knocking on her daughter's door and said, you let grandma take that baby back up there, we're going to come and take it away. And the girl
Yeah.
had to tell her mama, don't you be having that baby up there no more. If you take any of my children up there, you won't be seeing them no longer. And so it's got to be bad. It's got to be really bad, because Child Protective Services was ASAP on it.
Oh yeah.
So something's up there. And law enforcement, ASAP came out to make, even went in there to look over in Arkansas. They even went in to make sure there's no children inside that place. So, what I'm saying is, um, law enforcement truly believes, there has to be trafficking and essaying and some really crazy stuff going on in all of this for, law enforcement meant to be reacting as fast as they do, even in another state, upon the wells. That's all I'm saying.
Going on? My God. This is horrible, it really is. I'll be praying for all of you. I really will be. Glorious. Nothing more.
Glorious, nothing more. Wow. This guy's really, really obsessed, right? He's obsessed. A little too obsessed, if you ask me. Um, you know, and he's saying, every part of his body, and what did Pruitt say? He said, we think we're going to find her inside the area. We don't have, there's no evidence of her being abducted or trafficked outside the area. We believe we'll be finding her inside the area. So, when he said trafficked outside the area, and he says, well, he's basically saying inside the area, trafficked inside the area. And that area is pretty fucking big, right? It's called Hawkins freaking County. It's pretty damn huge. So, we got to face the truth. You guys. We got to face the truth on this one. They was some evil, sinister stuff going on. Some really evil stuff going on.
If she's on private property, all police need is a little bit of proof that she's on private property, and they can get a warrant to go on that property.
Now listen what he says. Fully loaded. And I think I'll keep it that way. We know what fully loaded is, right? I love smelling all the waterfalls gushing around me. Yum. If we remember right, supposedly summer was supposed to be somewhere with waterfalls gushing all around her, right? That's like I said, this guy's sending a message out there. He's sending a message out there. This is what I'm hearing. That there's waterfalls gushing around her. Where's she at? He's talking to somebody.
Fully loaded, and I think I'll keep it that way. I love smelling all the waterfalls gushing around me. Yum.
Yeah, ain't that sick?
You're torturing me, Summer, and you know it. Why are you still running away from me, baby?
What the hell is that? You're torturing me, Summer, and you know it. Why are you still running away from me, baby? What the hell does that mean? Listen, Joseph, if you are watching this live, I really wish you'd take a link and bring that ass up here, because I really have some questions for you. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, hell no. You be talking that stuff in my presence, and I'll tell you what, I don't think you want to talk that kind of stuff in my presence. Summer is not my child, but you would not want to talk like that around me. Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you something. Oh, hell to the no. And I don't care how fully loaded you are. I don't even give a shit. You should not be talking about this baby like this. What is your freaking mental malfunction? What is your mental malfunction, dude? This is sick. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting what we're seeing and we're reading here. Why the hell? What interest did you have in this little girl? And who are you actually threatening out here? For information, for the information about Summer. Why do you think that you have a right to put your hand in it? Because your hand was already in there, and you want to know why it's been taken away? Something freaking creepy weird's going on with you. It's really creepy weird. And this guy had a picture on his Facebook also with a child in his arms, which I believe is supposed to be his daughter, and she is actually a little blonde-headed girl, about the age of Summer, which is a little frightening also, right? That's a little frightening as well. This stuff right here should be turned over. This stuff right here should be turned over. If it hasn't been, it should be turned over to Child Protective Services, to be perfectly honest with you. And they need to look into this guy, and and the safety of the child, that he has as well. Because there is a picture of him with the child, and I'm concerned for that child's welfare, to be honest with you. I really am. That's my opinion. I'm going to keep it, because this is just really, you're torturing me, Summer, and you know it. What the hell? What the hell? It's like, I don't know. This is something. This sounds like something you would, that you would send to an ex-girlfriend, right? Or an ex-boyfriend. This sounds like something, you would send to someone that you've been intimate with. This don't sound like something you would send your brother, your sister, or a child, right? Or your dad or your mom. This is really fucking weird. This don't even something you would send to your friend. You wouldn't even send this to a friend. This is something, this guy's really weird, and I'm starting to wonder about, all of this. He's a real creep. You guys. Fucking creepy crawler.
We don't even know if that other girl is even his daughter. It could be some other child.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. TBI has been alerted. TBI's been alerted of him. I know that for a fact. And
Well, I saw that he didn't have Wells as his last name on that post.
And so absolutely TBI has already been alerted to all of this stuff. Now, Child Protective Services, I don't know. If they have or they haven't. But I know law enforcement has. That's for sure. And I feel it's law enforcement's job, to alert the other outreach. I think it's their job to outreach to the other agencies like CPS and so forth and so on, when it comes to a creepy crawler like this. That's their job, but I don't know if they do their job or not. Because they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on Summer's case. They seriously dropped the ball on Summer's case. And there was no call for it. They fucked that case up out the gate, and just couldn't, they fumbled and wasn't able to get it back. And I don't know if they'll ever get it back. Law enforcement are, believe it or not, law enforcement's kind of like, some hospitals, some doctors, I'm not saying all hospitals, I'm not saying all doctors, but I'm saying, there is some hospitals, there is some doctors. And I witnessed it firsthand. I witnessed it with my own eyes, my own ears, firsthand. There's some hospitals, people go in there and, and they they've taken too much of an illegal substance, and they're on their way out of this world, and they and they end up in the emergency room, the hospital. And I'm telling you, some doctors are like, they don't even know. They're sitting there talking about, some really, they're really ugly. They're really ugly, you guys. They talk ugly about the person. They hate having to do their job on that person to save them. They feel like that person is just an effing waste, just an effing waste. And to be honest with you, they act like they don't care if the person makes it or they don't, because they're just a waste of a human. It's horrible. It's horrible to hear and horrible to see. Because no one should ever be treated like that. And people like that, I do believe, could be rehabbed. I believe those kind of people could be rehabbed, and their family loves them. Their family loves them, no matter, if they got that kind of, substance abuse problems or not. Their family still loves them. Their family still prays, and their family holds hope that, at some point they're going to overcome all their issues and become the person that they should be instead of who they are. And I truly believe they can if they really wanted to. So I have hope for people like that. I don't have hope for SAers, child offenders, people like that. I don't have hope for them. They're the people. They're the people that, that's the scum of the earth. It's right there. You don't get no lower than that. But, law enforcement, also like them doctors with people that, take too much substances. Law enforcement is like, well, no matter where this little girl is, she's better off than where she was. She was in the hands, abused, and in the hands of these monsters, and we don't know where she's at, but wherever she is, she's probably better off than where she was. And that makes them feel better. That makes them feel better about not doing their damn job. And that isn't the way to look at it. That is not the way to look at it. We didn't hire them to look at it that way. We hired them to fucking solve the case. That's what we hired them for. We hired them not to drop the ball, but to keep the damn ball rolling and solve the case. And that's what they get paid for. And that's what they should be doing. But if that makes them feel better about not doing their job, so be it, right? So be it. They got to answer to God too. They got to answer to God. It's just so unrighteous. This world has become so unrighteous. People just don't care anymore. They don't value life. They don't value life. And it's sad. It's sad.
Not all of us. They're not much older than I am, and I couldn't imagine not caring. I mean, if I could solve every single case, I would, because my heart hurts that bad. All of these children.
For every one person that really truly cares, knows how to really love and care and want to do what's best for the victims, for people who can be rehabilitated, like substance abuse users. They can be rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good people get mixed up mixed up in drugs, a lot of good people. And
Yes.
and they can, and there's hope. There's hope for them. But I'm going to tell you something. It seems to me like, the victims and people that can be rehabilitated, they get the bad end of the stick. And these sick, evil human beings that people shouldn't be supporting and people shouldn't be really caring about, well, they seem to get, all that damn support, and they seem to, get away with all that damn evilness in this world today. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I probably won't ever understand it. Maybe God's children, maybe God's true children ain't supposed to. Maybe we're not supposed to understand some things in this world. And it might be for our best. It might be for the best. If we
We
can
we can never be that. That's why we'll never understand
yeah,
it.
if we could understand it, you're right, we have to be it. To understand it, you'd probably have to be it. That's the answer God gave me once when I was praying, why I can't understand, why can't I understand? Because I'm one of those people, I like to get in the shoes. I like to get in the shoes and understand why people was able to do the evil things they can do. It was really, weighing on me as to why and how people could be so evil. And the reason I wanted to know is because there were some people being really super evil to me, to PG. They was being really super evil. And that's why I was fighting for the answers. Because these are people I loved, and I couldn't understand how they could be like that. And, that's the answer that I got. That's the answer that came to me from the Lord. If you could understand them, you'd be like them. And you're not like them, so you're not going to understand it. And I was happy with that. I was happy, at that point. I didn't want to know anymore. I didn't want to, I wanted to quit prying about it. I wanted to quit prying into it. And I was very content. But, getting out here into this YouTube community, covering these missing children's cases and everything, I kind of, started to pressure a little bit again, because, how can people do this to children? What kind of minds do they have to do this to children? And, and you so want the answers, and you can't understand why you can't get them. I guess you would have to sit down. You would have to probably sit down with one of these super evil people and just pray to God they tell you the truth as to why and how they can be that evil. Because that's the only way you're probably going to ever get that answer. Right? But you can't seem to get the damn truth out of them. You can't get the truth out of them because none of them tell the truth. Right? None of them do.
Chris Watts is still lying. Chris Watts is still lying away.
Absolutely. I'm telling you. But listen to this. Listen to this. Right here. I think this is the one. Right here.
And would you mind staying up here? Did Dawn and Candace take off? They did? Okay, I wanted to pray over.
There you go. This is what I'm talking about. Don and Candace hauled ass. This guy pops up. This guy's wanting answers, right? This guy's saying a bunch of weird things. He's popping up. He's saying a bunch of weird stuff. And where does Don and Candace go? They fled that place. They fled that place, right? They took the hell off. And that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Something ain't right here where this weirdo's concerned. Something ain't right. But I just wanted to, I brought the proof to the proof to the table, because if you say, oh, they the church that night, and you don't show the proof, they did, then you're going to have people saying, no, they didn't, this. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I ain't going to hear from White Boy and all of them because they did. Robin said it. And then there was another lady there with a missing child, and she stayed, and and you prayed with everybody, and she did what a true mother would do. She stayed, and she stuck with God all she could, and prayed to have her child found, brought home, and did what a real parent would have done. But Don and Candace fled, and I truly believe it's because that weirdo and his outburst of wanting some answers where Summer went to, because something, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking he was a client. I'm kind of thinking he's a client that, is kind of pissed off that he can't no longer be a client, maybe. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But, there's always that chance. Because this is looking weird. This is looking really weird. And what's even weirder is when Robin said this.
So much. If you guys don't mind having a seat, or if you need to go, at least go downstairs and get a cupcake before you leave, because we had, what is your name made the cupcakes? Nanda's friend that's a baker. Where'd she go? Does she have to leave? Oh, she's downstairs. Okay. Listen, guys, the downstairs has a bunch of cupcakes. And thank you to Starbucks for donating coffee. There's a bunch of coffee down there. Thank you to White's Floral for donating White's Floral for donating this for Summer. I was going to give this to Dawn and Candace.
And that was the flowers that they put, that Don and Candace didn't even take up to their house. They left them down on the road. To be destroyed, right? To be destroyed also. They left them down on the road. They didn't even take the stuff up and into the house, that was given to them for their daughter. They didn't take it in the house, treat it with kindness, love, and caring, and respect of the people who went through everything to hand it to them. No, they take it home, and right at the end of the driveway, before they even go up on the hill, they get out and throw it by the mailbox, and then head on up into the house, right? They throw it at the mailbox, down on the road, like it's garbage, and just let it sit there until it destroyed itself. And that's the kind of human beings they are. Does these people care? Does that sound like loving, caring parents? Hell no. Because a loving, caring parent would have took that plant, and that, I believe it had a teddy bear or something on it. They'd have took that up to the house. They'd have took it in the house, and they'd have took very good care of it. Because, it was a gift. And it was a gift that, from the church, that had been prayed over for their daughter. And they would want it in the house where, it would be a reminder that God might let her come and knock on the door sometime, right? And they'd have her back. Or at least God would let them find her if she was truly missing. But they're going to have that in the house where they can pray and they can remember that God's with them in all of this. But they didn't do that. Why? Because, in my opinion, greasy bastards already know. They already know what happened to their daughter. They already know. Why? Because they were all involved. They were all involved in what happened. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, y'all.
And thank you to a super party for donating balloons. There's so much love in this community, you guys. It is amazing. But please do not leave without taking a cupcake because we don't want to have to eat them all, okay? And so we're going to have one more song. Come on up here. We're going to get one more song. And if you can't stay until this song is over, then go downstairs, get you a cupcake, get you some coffee, whatever's down there. There's some snacks. My bestie made brownies. All right. Summer does not need brownies and she does not need cupcakes, but praise.
Really? Really, Robin? What the hell? Summer does not need brownies and she does not need cupcakes. But everybody else go down there and have some. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Oh, I think Summer did need brownies, and I think Summer did need cupcakes and cookies. I really think she did, Robin, because she got very damn few of them in her short little life while she was here. She should have still been here, having a lot more. I want to tell you, these humans, man, these humans, they got their audacity, right? They got their audacity.
Just wow.
I'm going to tell you something, girl. It's not what she said. It's the uncaring way she said it.
Said it. Mm-hmm.
That, she's uncaring as hell. And she's always been uncaring. So ever since Summer disappeared, it's like Robin felt a weight lifted off of her with Summer's disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it.
Well,
I don't like it.
She was more Summer's mom. She was more Summer's mom.
No, she wasn't Summer's mom. Robin was a fake. Robin put up with Summer to save face in the church. That's what she did. She put up with her to save face in the church. She didn't really want to. She just grinned and bared it. You know what I mean? And
but Summer looked up to her that way.
It's kind of like having that terrible abusive husband, that makes your life miserable, and all of a sudden he's no longer with you. It's a big relief, right? A big relief that he's gone. And that's kind of the way the vibe I get from her from day one, the way she was talking about little Summer. So I went back. I did some research, went through some of those videos, the church videos they were letting out, putting out back before the preacher called it all off, right? They'd done away with it all. Mm-hmm. And as I was, observing and researching and so forth into it, I took note, and I called it out. But I took note, that Robin was doing exactly what I felt she was doing. She was grinning and bearing and faking, and that's what she is. She's a damn fake. I don't know the real her because she don't freaking show it. But I'm sure whatever the real her is, I'm not going to like it very well, right? That's just, I just call it like I see it. And, she's just fake. She's just fake all the damn time in the public eye. And the real her, I could bet you 10 to 1 the real her is a real B-notch, if you ask me.
I just know her as the bread lady.
I'm going to tell you, Summer trusted in the wrong people. She trusted people, and I'm going to tell you, these people, some are, I wish to God Summer could have been around people like us. I wish she could have been around real people who truly know how to care, who truly know how to love and care about other humans around us, and keep other humans safe. Even the Bible says to watch, to watch over your neighbors. Watch over your neighbors like you watch over yourself, so they can be as safe as you are. And they need to watch over you the same way you're watching over them to make,
Bingo.
the community safe.
Mm-hmm.
Dwell in peace amongst one another and watch over one another. That's what God wants you to do. But I'm going to tell you, so many people in today's world, they just don't care. What I'm saying is, you don't have enough people watching over one another anymore. You just don't. Everybody just, they don't care. Looking out the windows, all the time, and keeping an eye on your neighbors and so forth and so on. And I don't mean keeping an eye on them to gossip about them, right? Uh, no,
Right.
you know,
Mm-mm.
you keep an eye out. You keep an eye out on your neighbors, to make sure that they're doing well. And what I'm saying is, you look out the window to make sure the mail ain't building up. Um, you know, or that
They're not on their porch.
that something doesn't look amiss, right? I mean,
Right.
you watch your neighbors because you get to know their routine. You know what time. I mean, when you hear their car start up, you know what time it is because that's what time they leave to go to work. This is what time they go home. You know, you know, even the neighbors that are retired, the older ones, you pretty much know when they're going to, they have routines where they come out to go to the post office, or they come out to go to shopping. They come out, sometimes to take a walk. And older people are pretty consistent, right? They're pretty consistent.
Right.
They do. So, you kind of just keep an eye out the window here and there, you know, to just make sure you see them. If you ain't seen them in a few days, well, you go to checking on them, right? You take a little something, you take a little, some coffee and cookies, or you take them some flowers, you take them something, you go knocking on the door. They come, when they come to the door, you get a smile on your face and say, "Hey, I was wondering where you been. I ain't seen you in a few days." You know? "Oh, well, I ain't been feeling well," or, they have something going on. "Well, I got you some flowers," or, "I picked you up a coffee and some cookies. If you, let me know. I'm always here for you." I mean, be kind, damn it. Be kind. Everybody just wants to hide inside these tombstones, keep the doors locked. The place outside looks like a graveyard. It's, that's insane. That ain't the way we supposed to be living. It's not the way anyone's supposed to be living. You're supposed to be out there, doing what you need to do for the people around you. That's what God wants you to do. If you ain't doing it, you ain't doing God's will. If you say, "I don't give a crap about my neighbors, I don't care what they're doing," well, you know, trust and believe that's what you're going to have to tell God. God's going to say, "Hey, how'd you feel about your neighbors?" "Oh, I already know how you felt about your neighbors. I just want to hear you lie about it." Are you going to tell the truth? Are you going to tell the truth? Jesus came right now and he says, "How you feel about your neighbors?" You really going to tell him you don't care? Or are you going to try to lie? I, I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to say, "Hey, Lord, I love my neighbors. I love them. I keep an eye on them. I watch over my neighbors. I hope they watch over me. I don't control what they do.
That's
I only control what
that's
people."
how. Yep. Yeah. That's how I am. I'm the same way. And unfortunately, I had to send one of them to jail because he was chasing his girlfriend around the house and she was in her underwear and screaming. And I'm like, oh no, we don't do this. And as they had him in cuffs, I walked over there and I looked at him right in his face and I said, I'm the one that called on you. And I said, I'm not sorry. I said, that's not okay at all.
Right.
And he goes, I understand. He said, I'm not.
Right.
He said, we're good. And it is what it is.
Exactly.
And even if I have to call the cops on him, that doesn't mean I don't care about him. It clearly means I care. And the
Right.
girlfriend was,
Right.
she was calling me a bitch and everything else. And I'm like, you can be mad at me. I'm good with that. But you know what? You're still breathing. You're still alive.
You
So
know,
I'm good with that.
I think we all at some point have had to, you know, call law enforcement to, you know, because of a domestic dispute. You know, I mean, I've had to do that myself. I've had to do that myself, you know. Um, not in the area I live now. I live in a really good community, and
Right.
if there's any domestic violence going on here, I don't know about it. I don't know about it because everybody here seems to be, you know, happily living in their, you know, their tombstones. Right.
Right. Yeah, it's not the same area I'm in now, so it was
So,
the area I was in before.
but you know, when I lived in the hood, let me tell you, I lived in the hood, guys. I really did. I'll tell you what. When they say you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, that's where I was. That's where I was. And
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, you've seen a lot of violence there. What I'm saying is, if you didn't see police all the time, you wondered what's going on, right? If you didn't see law enforcement, you wondered what the hell's going on. I mean, if a day went by and you didn't see law enforcement rolling around, you was like, whoa, where's Popo, right? Where the hell is he? That's just how it was. Nobody.
PJ, I used to play by Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment building as a kid. We had no idea who he was at that time.
Whoa, boy, you was really close to it, right?
Very close. My uncle lives right there. My uncle still lives right there, but his
Girl,
apartment building was
that,
taken
that,
down a long time
that
ago.
was too close for comfort. That was too close
Yeah.
for comfort.
Yeah.
Right? Ain't that the dude that eats people?
He did.
Yeah, I think he was the one that ate people. And
But he was gay and he chose men. And
yeah,
his youngest victim was a 14-year-old boy.
well,
Yeah.
he lived. He was
Yeah.
the one that survived. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, so when that all came out, it was really kind of creepy. And as I was going through school for criminal justice, college, it was revealed to me that it was definitely set up, for him to be unalived in prison.
Oh wow.
The COs, they knew it was going to happen and they turned their heads. And the reason I know it's true is because not only was it Jeffrey Dahmer, it was also a man named Jesse Anderson that was unalived at the same exact time. So, one, I could see, but two is not a coincidence.
Wow.
And you can look up Jesse Anderson. He unalived his wife at a TGI Fridays by Northridge Mall, and blamed it on a black man. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. And the Legendary said they live by Dahmer too.
Oh,
Wow.
so does she still live in Wisconsin?
I don't know.
She
But
probably lives
she's
close to
nobody
me.
knew who was committing the
Wow.
crime at the time. Yeah, that's whoa. He's a lot closer
There
to
you
home,
go.
right? It's a small world.
Yep.
Small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Oh, I know a lot of people. So she, it's funny because a lot of people don't know me by name, but once they see me, they're like, "I know you."
She said no, she don't live there no more either. She got the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are places you want to vacate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's that's
Yeah.
insane. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing some research today and came by uh some some um some article or something about I guess there was like 15, they had like this cereal on Liver. It's funny how on here you got to say on Liver, right?
Right. Right.
They had this on Liver that like took out 15 people, and and they got him, but um they got one particular victim they can't even identify. It's insane. It's insane.
Is that the Rex Heuermann case?
I think so.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, 15 people. 15 people. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people for one person to, to do away with like that.
Yeah, I saw the sketch of the person that they can't identify. He's a younger guy. Yeah.
Well, I always heard that, once you take somebody out of this world, it becomes easier. It becomes easier after that to take people out. I don't know. If that's, I don't know if that's true or not. Usually if you have to take somebody out of this world, it wasn't by choice. It wasn't by choice. What I'm trying to say is it was in self-defense. And, and I think if you had to take someone else out of the world in self-defense, it probably wouldn't be any easier to do that than it was the first time you did it. That's just, my opinion on the matter. I think maybe, if you're an evil human and, looking for trouble and so forth, and you took somebody out of this world for self gain just because you're evil and you wanted to somehow gain something. I mean, most people don't take you out of this world unless there's some type of gain for them. What I'm saying is, they hated you so much they were going to gain some peace within herself, knowing you were no longer breathing in this world, or at least they thought they was. And and if you hate somebody so much that you would take them out of this world, thinking you're going to find peace. You're going to find out real fast that you still didn't find no peace. You might find less peace if the person decides, to not go to the light and haunt the hell out of you. You may find no peace at all. Right? But, the thing is, it's for self gain. They're looking to gain something, insurance, or they're looking to gain the property you own, or they're looking to gain your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or there's always, always a motive to their madness. Always a motive to their madness. Some people just like the adrenaline of committing evil. They like the way it makes them feel all hyped out and kind of, when people's adrenaline, in some cases, your adrenaline gets up, it kind of gives you a more of a feel alive effect, right? You get more of a feel alive effect. And some people like that. Some people like that effect. So they do weird stuff in order to obtain that particular feeling. I don't know. I'm not a freak like that. So, I don't, for one, my Bible says don't covet. So I'm not going to take anybody out of the world for anything they have because I don't want it. I want to just get my own and be happy with what I have and pray that nobody wants it, right? And so I don't have to worry about that aspect. And last time I checked, I'm pretty normal. I ain't trying to get no adrenaline rushes, right? Shoot, I ain't trying to feel alive, folks. I'm trying to feel at peace. Big
Right. Exactly. And that's very hard to do in today's world.
I'm going to tell you something. I'd be afraid to get those adrenaline rushes because here lately, I hate to say this, and I thought maybe I would never say it, but I'm going to tell you something. Here lately, I've been asking myself, when the hell you become your parent, right? When did you become your parent? When did you start getting all this stiffness in your damn body? When did you have to get out of bed and start feeling places you didn't even know you had? And yeah, for real. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And if I got an adrenaline rush, I might break a fucking hip or something. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. The way I've been feeling lately, I'm afraid to bust a move. let alone a freaking adrenaline rush, right?
Oh, Jesus, welcome to my world, man. That's what I told my mom. I'm like, I said, what the hell kind of genes did you give me?
I am serious. I'm serious. I was coming down the staircase. And I'm like, damn. Because, usually I just pounce up out of bed, right? And go flying, around the house. And I don't freaking walk down the staircase. I hop down that sucker, right? Like 1, 2, 1, 2, to the bottom. I mean, I'm running down them, running up them, running down them. And I'm like, whoa, I'm going to tell you, I started to come down the staircase and about halfway down, I'm like, what the hell? I'm starting to feel stiff, right? What the hell's going on here?
Got to come down and put the heating pad on right away.
I got to the bottom of the staircase and felt like I had to sit down. I'm like, whoa. No, I can't become my parents today. I got too much to do, right? Yeah, and then you start wondering, you start thinking back, which one of them walked around like they were stiff, right? And you try to figure out who you got it from. I'm gonna tell you.
Funny.
I ain't looking forward to getting old. That's the damn truth.
Me either at all.
I'm gonna tell you what, girl. I'm not a big fan of aches and pains. Right?
You and me both.
I done went through enough of that shit. I done went through enough of that shit my whole life. I don't need it no. I don't need it no more.
Right?
I thought old age is supposed to be the age where you just get to kick back and eat your freaking TV dinner and
In your Wheaties and yeah.
I thought that's when you don't have to you just cook for one person, wash for one person, do everything. Just kind of pitter patter around and take care of you. I'm like, damn, if I'm gonna feel like this, I'm gonna need somebody to take care of me. Right? I'm like, bullshit. Can't do it. Can't do this. Oh hell no. I'm gonna have to get me some Geritol. Right?
Or something.
Oh damn. Or I might have to get some real goody good. And put in them brownies.
There you go. I think we may have upset Donald a little bit. He doesn't like me very much right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, read the back chat.
Oh man. Yeah. I think we got Donald visiting us up in here, right? It sounds like him too. It sounds like him.
He needs to go drink his R&R and take a nap.
Or Benny Keys. It might be Benny Keys. Benny Keys talks like that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Benny calls me sissy.
yeah.
But Donald
Benny can shush his mouth too.
yeah. I love Benny, man. I miss him. I really do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Benny, if you're watching, you still want to hug that pissy pillow? Right? Let's go round two. Come on, dude. We need
Or
somebody to go back.
something.
We need somebody to go back up there and go round two with Candace. We elect Benny, right? White boy just ain't getting the job done.
I want to know when he's on Grounded from YouTube.
I hear that he's going to be, they're going to take all that off of him soon. I heard he's going to be allowed back out here.
Oh, that's cool. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. The old pissy pillows. That was some funny stuff, man. It was hilarious. Hey, Benny, I might pop the picture up for you tomorrow night. Right? I might pop the picture up for you. Reminder. Reminder how much you love that pillow. My pillow.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Benny's like, this is my pillow. That cracked me up. Oh, shoot.
Disgusting.
I don't think he's ever gonna forgive me. I might have a problem forgiving myself if it wasn't so damn funny. That's freaking hilarious. He was he was he was hugging it and squeezing it. That was it. I tell you, and the best things when remember he coached Candace, she wouldn't take a bath, so he coached her into a whole big swimming pool. I think that's the first time that bitch has ever been in water. Once her mama's water broke, she wasn't ever in water again. until that swimming pool. He was, he showed her a bar of soap, right? He had soap in his pocket. Oh shit!
Benny is not Sparkle. Just so you guys know, that's not him. I did debunk that actually earlier today.
I tell you, he is funny as hell. Oh shoot! And
That's okay. I like being a fool, so I guess I'm gonna come up here more often.
Hey, the Bible says don't call nobody a fool. You better watch. You better watch calling people fools, right? And I don't want to answer to God for that one. You ain't supposed to be doing that. That's mean.
Funny. Yesterday it was lit up really bad. And I was reading it and I was like, oh my gosh.
Right?
It was horrible. And I don't think that was Benny. I don't think that was Benny.
I'm going to tell you, sometimes the back chat can get really, really disturbing, right? It can get, and I'll tell you another thing, they can get really disturbing backstage. Man, I have some people come backstage, do some weird stuff. It's like, whoa,
There's something.
It gets bad. It can get bad. I'm like, shit.
Well, so far it's only been that one person.
I have to go wash my eyes out. Right? I gotta wash my freaking eyes out with soap after that. I'm like, oh my God. Mother freaker's trying to blind me and shit. they get pretty disgusting. Trust me. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't no picnic. It is no picnic operating one of these channels. That's for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of disgusting people out there, and the things that they do is unbelievable.
Oh, you're telling me. It can get crazy, girl.
And especially when people are talking about a missing child, for them to do that. Disgusting.
I'm going to tell you what. Like, sometimes, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm going down the road, especially freeway or something, if I'm going down the road, somebody, comes out from behind you and flies past you and stares at you and pulls back in front of you, like you weren't going fast enough, and you're right on their ass. You know what I'm saying? You're right on their ass, behind them, and you like they're not getting no farther than you are. I'm one of the people that well, one good turn deserves another, so I flip out and fly around and back in front.
She said leapfrog.
Yeah, and here they come back around staring at you, and then I go around them staring at them.
Oh my gosh.
And I haven't ever got into what they call the road rage. Usually what we get into is cracking up laughing. They'll come by me smiling and laughing, and I go by them smiling and laughing. And before you know it, it's like a freaking game. I haven't had any road rage, but I do play with people like that. maybe I should be thankful that I'm making people laugh, right? Maybe I should be thankful that I'm so stupid. I don't know. It could be a blessing. But yeah, I can't even, usually I get upset, to argue with someone, and they think it's funny. I'm standing there like, what's so funny,
Right.
Because you get upset, right? You get upset.
Right.
And
Right.
I don't know. People for some reason they just find me to be funny all the time. And even when I ain't trying to be funny. It's weird. Absolutely weird, girl. I mean, I can't even have a good argument with someone. I have to stop and say, look, you're supposed to be angry too. You're not doing this right. What you laughing about? Can't you see I'm upset? And then they usually have to find a chair and sit down. I'm like, damn, really? This ain't going the way I'm supposed to.
Right.
I gotta leave. Right?
We need to start this over right now.
Right? It's crazy. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Your voice is starting to sound familiar to me, maybe. You said your voice is starting to sound familiar to me, maybe.
Who said that?
Imagine peace. He said my voice is starting to sound familiar. If you're that creator, you have done some great work. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Arctic? Somebody did some great work. Right now, I got a great cold. I wish I could shake it. I've been trying to get it to leave and it won't. That's another problem I got. Something jumps on me, I can't get rid of it. It's sad to say.
Hmm.
I tell you what, girl. I was getting ready. It was last night. I was getting ready to come into a live. I was in the upper floor of my home, and because I want to get a few things done, done before I came in, and I decided, I might sit down for a minute and talk with a couple of my kids. Big mistake. Big mistake. Anyway, I figured, I just take some downtime, hang out with them for a minute
Yeah.
before I came in. And next thing I know, one of my kids got a bright idea that they wanted to. I have on the upper floor of the house. There's I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. I never know what it is. Since I've lived here, I don't know what it is. But for some reason, whatever it is, it like had like a small dripping of water or something. I don't know what it is. I got to get a plumber to figure out what the hell this is, because I don't know what it is. And anyway, so this one particular child of mine wanted to investigate on it. And I was all for investigating on it. And I'm going to tell you something. Before I knew it, there was 2 holes knocked into the wall.
Oh my God.
And some freaking paint peeled. And that child's better be happy that I got a really damn good sense of humor. Because the average person probably would have been pretty pissed off.
Oh my
But that child absolutely made a mess before I came in last night. and my 5 minutes to sit down, talk to a couple of my kids, turned into an hour cleaning up that damn mess. packing a big old trash bag down the staircase.
Wow. You're such a good mom.
Wonder what the hell.
I probably would have went Bart Simpson.
I asked myself,
I would have been Homer.
I asked myself, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my goodness.
So now I don't just gotta get a plumber. I gotta get a damn drywall man.
I was gonna say, who's patching the holes?
I'm gonna tell you something, girl. My kids, I don't know who's worse, them thinking stuff up or me going along with it.
Oh,
We're just one big freaking mess.
oh my goodness. That's funny. That is hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh God. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I wanted? You know what I wanted to ask that child? When are you going to say? When are you going to say? Did I do that? Because I'm waiting to say, yeah, you did. You sure the hell did.
Oh my goodness. Nope. I always tell my kids, you break it, you bought it.
Let me tell you, and my other child's face, man, it was priceless.
They were probably in shock.
It was. That was funny stuff, girl. Funny stuff. You know what?
They should have videotaped it for us. At least something, the sound of it.
I'm going to tell you, I was cracking up. I was cracking up laughing because because my kid, guess what my kid said after 2 big holes in the wall and the paint all gone? I don't think we're going to be able to fix this one, Mom. You think? Really? You think so? You.
How'd you come to that conclusion, hon?
I'm gonna tell you, my kids, I swear, I swear, I walk off sometimes. I walk off and I am literally rolling. They crack me up. They do some stupid things. They do some stupid things. I'm gonna tell you. But they're kids, you know. They're kids.
Yeah,
You gotta get the humor out of it. You gotta get the humor, girl. If you don't get the humor, it would be all bad, right? It'd be all bad.
absolutely. Absolutely. But then there is those times where you can't let them see that you're laughing your ass off.
I mean, my kids don't know how lucky they are. They don't. They don't know how lucky they are. They're glad. They better be glad that. They better be glad that I got the love of God, not the love of money. Because if I love money, they'd be in trouble.
Right? I always told my kids that. I'm like, man, because their father was the opposite way, you know? It was all about money, and I was all about God. And I'm like, you know what? I can't take material things with me when I go. And I honestly don't care about material things. And
Hmm.
he was trying to buy them. And now it's a completely different ballgame because they're learning now that they're adults that you can't buy people no matter what you buy them.
Right.
You can't buy love. Love is earned. Love, you know, that's just not something you put a price on.
I'm going to tell you, um, love is something that is unconditional. It's unconditional.
Hmm.
It doesn't come with a price tag. You know, either you love someone or you don't. You know,
Yep.
and you can't, you know, you should not ever try to buy someone because, you know, I want to know. I'm one of those people. I need to know that you're with me because you care, not because of what I can give you. You know,
Amen.
and if you
Hmm.
try to buy people, if you try to buy people, then you know you're not ever going to know whether it's your money or you that they want. You know, it's insane. Um, you know, and people users don't have no respect. You know, they don't have no respect for the person that they're using like that. What I'm saying is they're fake. They're being nice and everything, you know, to capitalize off of your gain. And
Right.
and you know, and and then that's sad because you know at some point they're going to tell you the truth. You know, money runs out. Money runs out, and you know, and they'll run you out of it too. Trust me, they will run you out of it. Um, a user will run you out of users are losers, and you know, I just don't let people like that into my life. You know, I'm not.
Exactly.
You come into my life, you better like me. That's all I got to say. Right? You better like me. You
And
ain't
you
good.
know, that is so true. And the thing is, you know, there's like relationships that I've severed because of that specific reason. It was like, if you can't just love me for who, you know, I am instead of what I can offer, we're
Right.
done.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's you know.
And and I don't mean like, you know, marriages or boyfriend, girlfriend. I mean like friendships. These are longtime friends.
Well,
And
you know, um, I don't seek. I don't seek to use no one, and I won't. I won't be seek to be used either.
Right.
You know, I try to socialize myself with people who, who can take care of themselves just like I take care of myself. And,
Right.
I don't ask them for nothing, and I don't
Right.
expect to be asked, for
Right.
anything as well. What I'm trying to say is I don't mind giving anyone a hand up. If someone needs a hand up, of course, I'm going to help them, and I have a policy, I won't give nobody money I need. Yeah, I won't give them my food money or my bill money or, anything like that, because if they don't pay it back, it'll cause strife between us. And
Right. And that's where the issues were coming in.
I have a policy where, if I got extra, if I can afford to give it and not worry whether I get it back or not, then I do. I do. I mean, I'm open handed. If I have anything extra, you're welcome to it. If you give it back, great. If you don't, great. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about it. Because I had it to give, and it ain't going to cause no strife between us. But like I said, if if I have to have it back, I won't even loan it out, because if the person, it just causes too much sorrow. And I think that's the way all people should be. If you have extra to hand out, to give, and we're supposed to give God 10% of everything we make anyway. So
Mhm.
so a lot of times, sometimes I give that 10% to somebody I know that needs it. Sometimes I keep it back and give it to you know people that I'm led to give it to. um you know but you're supposed to give 10% of everything you make, to people in need. Anyhow, that's not your money, that's God's money, and you're
The
supposed to.
right, right. The
So
right people, though. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I found out she was using it for drugs, and to
oh wow.
me, that's not okay.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
to keep
yeah.
coming back for more money, and I'm,
I'm gonna
thinking
tell you,
she's using it for food. I feel bad, you
I have
know.
I have had I have had family, um I have had family at, as I was growing up and so forth, in my young adulthood, and middle aged, and I still be having it. I still be having it if I didn't learn to sever the ties between people like that, users, even if they
Right,
are family. Um, but I had, you always have these people in your family who, come around and constantly want money. I mean, they don't respect it, they expect it. I mean, the first time or two they ask you and you help them out, they seem grateful. But the next thing you know, they come around and ask you, and you say, hey, I ain't got it. Look, I ain't got no money. I had it, man. I give it. You can get it. You can get it. No, you're demanding it. You're not respecting, you know, anything. You're demanding. You got on the demand now, right? And
right,
and no, I can't get it. Why would I call people up who trust me to loan me money, and pay them back? Why am I going to call somebody up and borrow money for you who doesn't ever pay me back? You don't ever pay me back, but you want me to ask the people who trust me to pay them, and I would have to pay them back money that you have no intention of paying me back to pay them back with. That's what you're asking me to do. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take somebody else's money they need to give it to you and then take money that I possibly need to pay them back. And who, who's the loser here? Me. You don't come and demand me to do anything. You have these people, and you're right. What they do is they use their money to pay their bills and everything, and then they come and try to use your money to support their habits. And they will do that. They'll spend their money and they'll spend your money too if you're stupid enough to give it to them.
And I stopped being stupid.
Hey, girl, for a while, I'm going to tell you, we've all been there. For a while, I was stupid enough to give it to them too. But I had to learn. Don't cast your pearls before swines. And those people are swines. What I'm saying is, no, you're not going to spend your money and my money. And that's the way people are. They won't only, spend their money and spend your money too. But I'll tell you another thing they'll do. Another thing they'll do is they'll put their money in, in stock markets, and they'll put their money in bonds and this and that. And they'll come, instead of, cashing in their stuff to live off of the way they're supposed to, they'll be freaking saving up money and using your money so they can save it and make a profit off of it as well. You got to be very careful, about humans, because there is a lot of wicked ass humans in this world, a lot of wicked humans, and a lot of users. They'll use you up to, and they don't care how you put a meal on your table. And I'll tell you what, you think that, because these people's family, they're going to be there when you need them. Oh, hell no, they ain't. You need something, and I'll tell you what, they're going to turn your, go ask somebody else. And, they ain't going to have no problem telling you that they can't do it. No. You have to, God put you in this world. He put you in this world with your own mind, your own brain. And you have to, do what's best for you and your children, for you and your family. And you can't let these outside users come in and take your living away from you. And not only will they take your living away from you, but they'll try to live your life for you if you let them. You have some real control freaks out there, and I'll tell you how sick they'll get. They'll start believing that whatever you have belongs to them. If you let them use you long enough, they'll think that what you have actually belongs to them. You got to be careful. What you do. And it's a learning experience. And I'm going to tell you, I had to learn all this shit the hard way. I really did. And, when you have to learn this stuff the hard way, you really need to share it. You really need to share it with other people, and you need to share it with young people. Young people need the insight on how other humans are, so they don't fall in the same traps as we have and have to learn the hard way. They shouldn't have to hit the brick wall in order to learn. We really could be, corresponding with these younger generations, the people, that we love, and let them know, how human life, human really are out there, and to beware. We need to make them smarter sooner so they don't have to go through what we did. But a lot of people don't, share this kind of stuff, and each generation continues to get used and abused. The good people do. I mean, them evil bastards don't, but we do,
Yep.
All right, girl.
Always the good ones, but yeah, and I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta get off here, and tomorrow's another work day, right? We just started the week.
Right.
I ain't looking forward to it. I am not.
It's
I am not looking forward to it. Friday don't come soon enough for me.
for most of us it doesn't.
Cult type churches control their members, telling them what to do and when. It's not about different beliefs, it's about control. I don't see SDA church like that. You know, I don't know. It depends. You know, some reason people believe that churches, you know, they call churches God's buildings occults now. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, there is some. To be honest with you, I ain't ever found no occult to be religious. To be honest with you, I haven't ever found any occult to be religious. What, like most churches, they're not trying to control anybody. They're trying to tell you what the Bible says. You know, it's not them wanting to control. It's God. It's the control. God says we need, you know, what the Bible's trying to control. What I'm trying to say is, you know, the Bible says that, you know, that a woman's hair is her glory. So a lot of churches, you know, don't like women to cut their hair. And that's because, you know, a woman's hair is, you know, adds to a lot of her beauty, her beautifulness. You know, a lot of churches, you know, don't agree with women wearing men's apparel. Well, the Bible says you're not supposed to. It says that a woman ain't supposed to wear men's apparel and a man ain't supposed to wear any women's apparel. I mean, this is Bible. This ain't trying to be, you know, the church ain't trying to control nobody. This is God's word, you know, and this defines whether you're going to get into heaven or you're going to end up in Hades. And the church is really just trying to save your soul. But when it comes to these churches who says it's okay to marry 8-year-old little girls and have, you know, have 5 wives and 25 kids, that ain't no church. That ain't a church. I'm going to tell you, those are the people that's going to hear Jesus say, I don't know you. I do not know you. You know, now that is more like a group. That is more like a group that is seeking control, is seeking, you know, to, you know, that sounds like an evil group of people from Hades, you know, that bind together, trying to brainwash people through, you know, as if it is a religion when it's not. But I got to go. I got to get off of here. It's getting late, and I got, you know, we all got to get up tomorrow and go to work. I could be here all night.
Me too.
Yeah, I love being out here. I love being out here with everybody and talking, and God knows, you know, and I tell you guys, I tell you right now, I could find 150 topics to talk about too. I could keep you interested all night long. One thing I can do is talk, right? I should have been a politician. Right? Should have been a politician, right? PG for president.
Amen. I said that a long time ago.
Yeah. But, you know, I really could. I could talk y'all's head off. But I got to get out of here. You know, morning comes soon, and we're going to be feeling
tomorrow's like, another day.
Yeah, we're going to be feeling like shit, right? I'm going to be mad at myself. I'm going to be mad at myself in the morning.
Yeah, you'll be dragging again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all stiff and dry. Or PT. I get up in the morning, have myself a pity party.
Right?
Yeah, a cup of coffee, stir myself up, and another
It's
brownie.
okay.
Hey, girl. I- Listen, I have to have some of that hair of the dog that bit me. Right? Listen, I really do have to get off of here. As we go out of here tonight, please, 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 I always ask, please pray for Summer. Pray for her to be found. From our lips to God's ears, I know He's listening. I know He hears us through His Son, Jesus Christ. Please keep those prayers going up because I know God will be answering. At some point, He's going to answer, just like He answered for Eli Boo. And just like He, answers for little Quentin Simon, God does answer. So let us keep them prayers going up, and hopefully another missing child will be found. Right, another one to be found. Michael Vaughn, little Sebastian Rogers, Summer. One of them will be found. So let's keep the prayers going up for these missing children because I know God's listening. I know He's hearing us, and I know I have faith in my God, and I know He's going to answer at some point in time. We're going to know everything. And so keep faith. That's what we need to do. I tell you, the best thing you can do for these kids is pray, because God's the only one that can bring them home. He's the only one that can put somebody there to find them wherever they are. So let us pray that He puts someone's feet wherever these other missing children are so they can be found as well. In the name of Jesus, amen. And pray for one another. Please pray for one another. And I so appreciate our sweet Norway being in here tonight. I wish she'd came up on panel. I wanted to spend some time with her. Hopefully she'll come back. She'll come back tomorrow night. But as we go out of here, there you go, the jab, Wood Fairy, our bucket list. There you go. You guys are already sending the hearts up for these children as we go out of here and play their song tonight. Arctic, I so appreciate you coming up here, girl, hanging out with me. It is so much fun hanging out with you up here on panel. And I hope you come back up again. God willing, I'll be here tomorrow night and we can do this all over again, right? We can do it all over again. So much to discuss in Summer's case. So many things we want to talk about. And so be here, because this is where we're going to hear it and we're going to hear the truth. So I'm going to say God bless, much love, how much I appreciate y'all, and good night. If you want, Arctic, you could stay up here until we play the song out tonight, as you did with me. I believe it was last night.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl, God bless and much love.
God bless. Love you too.
I love you, girl. I love all y'all. You guys know it. PG loves you. And I'm going to be sending my prayers up for you as well. I don't know what you want, but I know God does. And I truly believe in the name of Jesus Christ, He's going to answer all of our prayers. And I say that with all faith in God. Amen. Good night, everybody. God bless.